And my question would be, have you ever worried about anything? Then guess what? You know how to meditate. Stress kills off the immune system. Like, our bodies are meant to heal. We just have to get out of the way. The first time I actually tried it, I hated it.
Or like, I don't like that thought. I don't want that thought anymore. That's that thundercloud that you're talking about.
Our brain is a thinking machine. It's what it's designed to. I think the enemy is like right there alongside it because he can whisper things into our...
You can either entertain your thought or you can be entertained by your thoughts.
If the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. I would drink wine, just numbing down like what was going on for me because it was too painful for me to experience all those thoughts. That I actually needed that to have a really healthy mind.
Meditation has been one of the biggest things to heal my thought process. Hey, I'm Travis.
And I'm Adele.
And we are The Noble Marriage. We hope that through our channel, you will be inspired and motivated so that your marriage will be all that God created it to be. Hey, welcome back to Coffee and Conversations, where we're going to be talking about meditation.
That word alone used to trigger me. Like, what kind of
voodoo
thing are you talking about there?
Somewhere along the way, I got that meditation was not in my spiritual life. Like things I wouldn't be able to do.
I thought it was like some kind of religion that people did. I was not for it, for one. And the first time I actually tried it, I hated it because my thoughts were going wild, and I was like, it makes my brain more active. I'm not doing this.
That's the same thing I thought. In fact, the only time I used it was I was in therapy, counseling, and she talked me into a little bit of meditation, and it was helpful during the session. And she recommended I do it when I leave. And I was like, I'm not really into that. I'm not for that. I'm good with therapy. I mean, it took me a long time to get in therapy and get to talking to somebody, but I'm not good with the meditation thing. I'll just do it when I'm in here with you, but I won't do it outside.
Well, it was gonna take time, and I didn't have a whole lot of that
kind of time? We're busy.
I didn't have time to do stuff like that. And so now I am a huge fan of meditation, and specifically certain types of meditation. But I want to just explain how I see meditation and how it works for our life. And then just look at your own life, and you can determine if this would be something that you want to try as well. So when we're talking about meditation, I want you to picture buying a brand new computer. And you bring that computer home, and every time you want to go to a new website, you open a new tab. And then a new website, new tab, new website, new tab. And you just keep doing that and doing that. And every single day, you just keep opening up new tabs. Well, eventually, that computer is going to what?
Crash.
It's gonna crash on you because you overloaded it with data. And our minds are just like a computer. Our minds are meant to flush out every single night to have a clear mindset the next day. And sleep has a lot to do with that. And my sleep was awful back then. I wasn't getting good sleep. I was going to bed too late, waking up tired. Another way to look at it also, and I love this example, imagine a blue sky. And in that blue sky, we see that clouds will come by. And sometimes a lightning and a thunder. And weather is just, passing by. But what I love about that analogy is the blue sky is always there, right? And so when we put that into our bodies, it's like our mind is the blue sky. And it's always there, But what happens is a cloud comes by, or a thought, and rather than observing that thought passing through my mind, I go get all tangled up into that cloud. then my life becomes more about the weather than about the blue sky. And I saw that for myself. I was like, oh my gosh, I get caught up in the lightning, the thunder, and the clouds.
Yeah, and they're just your thoughts. So just allowing them to go on by, because that's what it's doing. It's just going on by. And it's just like thoughts. We go grab a hold of them and try to manipulate them, or like, I don't like that thought. I don't want that thought anymore. That's that thunder's cloud that you're talking about. And you get wrapped up in it. But if I just sit back and observe it,
right,
it's still going to just pass on by.
Yeah, because our brain is a thinking machine. It's what it's designed to do, is think for you and have thoughts. And I used to see it as, if I had a thought, it was me intentionally having that thought, and it would discourage me. And then I would go get all wrapped up in that thought and go down this train of thoughts that would take me to a really unhealthy place. And when I am able to just see that thought come up as, it's my brain putting thoughts in there. And I think the enemy is like right there alongside it, because he can whisper things into our ear and then they pass through our mind. And if I get all caught up in that, he's winning. And exactly what the trap is to discourage us and defeat us and keep us stuck in fear and keep us trapped in our circumstances. But when I can just observe, oh, my brain is doing its thing and I just had this crazy thought, okay, go on by. I then have like a choice of whether or not I want to get wrapped up in those thoughts.
Yeah, you can either entertain your thoughts or you can be entertained by your thoughts.
Yeah.
Meaning they come by and you're like, oh, there's that silly thought again. There's that thought. And it's just going to keep passing on by unless I go grab a hold of it and entertain it.
Yeah. And so what meditation does is it helps you observe your thoughts.
It does.
And the reason I hated it so much the first time I did it is, well, it was really the first time that I was quiet enough to hear the thoughts that were going on. And it was overwhelming for me. But guess what? It's always doing that. I'm just not present to it. If the devil can't make you sin, he'll make you busy. And that's what I was doing. I was so busy in my life, and that helped me avoid my thoughts and what was going on up there. Nighttime would come. It's time for me to sleep, and it's the first time I'm quiet, the first time I'm resting, and the thoughts are just like going wild, and now I can't sleep because I'm thinking about my thoughts, and it was this trap, and I would try to avoid that. Like I would drink wine, just numbing down like what was going on for me because it was too painful for me to experience all those thoughts. I pushed through meditation. It wasn't until we really started diving into our bodies and our minds and our brains and how all that works together and God's design for our bodies that I started to recognize like meditation was really missing from my life, that I actually needed that to have a really healthy mind. There's certain meditations that we love and there's certain meditations we stay away from. And I would just say like, you need to decide what is best for you. But I will say we love Headspace. Headspace is really what taught us how to properly meditate through using our breath and learning how to deep breathe, because we don't take in a deep breath. Like we walk around every day, all day, shallow breathing, and our brain is not getting the oxygen. Our heart is not getting that rich oxygen that it really needs. And so Headspace taught me just how to breathe properly. And I started just feeling better from doing that. And then the meditation started to help. And I started to recognize, oh my gosh, my mind is a lot more peaceful when I can observe my thoughts rather than get all tangled up in them every single thought I have.
Yeah, I want to go backwards a little bit. You mentioned about drinking wine. And one thing I did a lot, and this may resonate with you guys, is we all have pain from our past. And my pain from my past affected my quality of thoughts I had. Specifically at night when I would lay down to go to bed, I had nightmares. I was diagnosed with PTSD and anxiety issues, and I would numb those thoughts with alcohol or opiates or sleeping pills because I did not want to address those. I didn't want to deal with those. In fact, I'm sure you remember this. I spent most of my day with headphones in my ears because if I wasn't actively engaged in something, my thoughts would take over. And they were such negative thoughts that I wanted to numb out with those. So I had things playing in my ears all the time because I just didn't want to deal with it. And when I was finally able to just be present with my thoughts and it be okay and just do my breath work, my meditation has been one of the biggest things to heal my thought process.
And your body.
And my body. There was a study that I read a while ago that was on PTSD, and it's really near and dear to my heart because I had PTSD for such a long period of time. That this particular study was done in the military, and you can go look it up, but I'll just briefly talk about it. They took two groups, and I want to say there was like 30 people in each group, and all of them had a lot of symptoms of PTSD, and they were on the spectrum of PTSD to be taking medication. And what they did was a 30-day study where one group, they actually did a one time a day meditation for 30 days. And the other group was a control group that they just did their normal everyday routine that they would do and take their medication. At the end of the 30 days, the first group that did meditation once a day for 30 days, this was profound. 80% of them came off of their medication. Their doctors took them off. Not that they came off themselves. Their doctors took them off their medication. And it had a long-lasting effect for them of their PTSD symptoms coming down. The other control group that did not do meditation, they just did their normal routines and they took their medication daily. Their PTSD symptoms after 30 days as an aggregate went up. That's profound.
It got worse.
That is profound. And so that's just one study, and there's many more out there to look at, that it is scientifically proven to be the number one way to reduce stress in our life.
Yes, and it has drastically done that for our lives.
Absolutely has done that for me. That one thing among a few other things that we talk about on this channel has completely and changed our lives. Is Jesus talks about this, renew your minds. And I kind of wonder, what does that mean? And I think it has a lot to do with renewing my thought process, renewing what the quality of thoughts I have going on. And that's how I'm able to do it, is through meditation.
Yeah, and my question would be, have you ever worried about anything? Then guess what? You know how to meditate. You're just meditating on fear instead of the peace of God. And so it's about like just transforming that. Okay, if I am meditating on fear and worry, what could I meditate on instead? And I encourage you to check out our video all about gratitude, because that is a great meditation that you can do that actually focuses on what am I grateful for, which keeps you out of the fear and the worry. One other thing that it does to close us out today is when meditation starts reducing the stress levels, your body can actually come back to life in your immune system, because what we know is that stress kills off the immune system and it suppresses it so much that it can't do its job. And our sympathetic nervous system is in overdrive, which is your cortisol drip, your adrenaline, all of these stress hormones that are present are in overdrive. And so when you can calm your mind, because it all starts here in our thoughts, and when you can calm that down and it become peaceful, oh my gosh, your immune system is like, wee!
It does.
Heal the body. Let's get to work. Our immune system loves that. If you are struggling with health problems, meditation will absolutely help because it will reignite your immune system to do what it's meant to do. Like, our bodies are meant to heal. We just have to get out of the way so that our bodies can do that. And that's through meditation. If you found value in this video today, please comment below. Let us know, what did you get out of this and how do you see meditation working for your life?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Is not part.
It's not.
I don't know if I was taught this, but I was.
To prepare us for the next day, to have a really clear, level-minded, to have a very clear, I didn't like that. To have a really, and I love your saying about you can either entertain, I never did this right. Will you please share? Hey, you're not finished yet.
We're here to make a difference in your marriage and inspire other marriages as well.
So if you found value in this video, please hit that like button and also leave us a comment to let us know what value you got from it. This helps us create more videos that you enjoy.
We would love for you to join our community of awesome, like-minded people.
Go ahead and hit subscribe and you'll receive videos that will impact your life and inspire you to be your best self.
And please share this channel with your friends and family so their lives can be enriched as well.